Hey, Kyle. Just so you know, I'm getting married. I figured I should tell my brother.
Pardon me? Married? Why all of a sudden?
You know I've been going out with that doctor for some time, right? I wasn't even going to introduce you, but you had to show up at the restaurant. That was so embarrassing. That's the guy I'm marrying.
Oh, that guy, huh? The kind of serious-looking young guy? Wasn't his name Brandon or something like that?
Yeah, that's right.
I see. Well, thanks for telling me, and congratulations. I bet you're gonna get pretty busy preparing for the wedding and all.
Yeah, about that. You don't need to get involved in any of it, just so you know.
Excuse me? Yeah, well, preparations are usually done by the people getting married, so I've no intention of getting involved in any of that.
Yeah, not only that. You don't have to come to the wedding ceremony either.
Are you being serious? If you don't invite me, no other relative will be there. You okay with that?
No problem there. I'm inviting my parents, so no need for you to be there.
Parents? What are you... Wait, don't tell me.
That's right, my parents. The ones I was forcibly separated from when I was only 6 years old. Because of you. They heard from someone that I was getting married and came a long way just to see me.
I'm gonna have to stop you right there, Cindy. I know these people. They have no interest in you. They're only after Brandon's money. I'm sure that they will suck you dry.
But that's just your opinion. It all seems so one-sided.
You don't realize what kind of fraudsters they are. I told you about them hundreds of times. Don't you remember all of that?
Yeah, but once I met them, they were so nice to me. They were tearful just seeing how much I'd grown up and matured. I bet you anything that after living apart for so long, they realized how they treated us and felt remorse.
That's how they play this game, Cindy. Don't you see? They're stringing you along, earning your trust until they get a hold of the money. It's all part of their master plan, and you're in the midst of it. When they come snooping around again, just be on guard. Don't obey their every request. Keep a distance and never trust them. You got that?
Do I really have to be satisfied with a high school dropout of a brother as a family? At least I have real parents. Some people don't even have that.
Please, don't be like that, Cindy.
Anyway, even if they were solely after his money, he's the son of a local doctor. He'll just take over the clinic one day. It's not as if he's some world-renowned heart specialist or anything. But the clinic does bring in a considerable amount, I suppose. And we could expand in the future. Even if they do milk us for some cash, we won't go bankrupt anytime soon. We're not that poor. We're on a completely different level from you, Kyle. Don't compare us to a high school dropout factory worker.
How could you say that? Do you really think I wanted to drop out of high school? I was an honor student. I had my eyes on college, but I had to escape that household and save you.
You make it sound as if you rescued me and took me far away. All we did was drive a few hours to Grandpa's place. At least we had a place to live. You really should have asked to finish high school. Grandpa was still alive by the time you started working at the factory. If you really wanted to, you could have finished school, no problem.
Grandpa wasn't exactly well off. He just barely supported himself, much less two grown kids. Cindy, this is final. Don't ever trust these guys. They will end up breaking your heart. Mark my words.
Excuse me?
I never told you this, Cindy. I thought it might leave you traumatized, but the reason I took you and escaped was because they were planning to sell you off to some guy to wipe their debt clean. You were only 6 years old at the time. I couldn't let that happen.
Are you serious?
It was only complete chance that I heard about their malicious intent. And that's when I contacted Grandpa for help.
Who was this guy I was supposedly being sold to?
All I can say is that if I hadn't taken you away, you wouldn't be here today. God knows where you would have ended up. I was only 15 at the time, just starting high school. Grandpa never complained and made all the arrangements to take custody of us. I heard he also got legal advice from the people down at Child Services. It took some time and effort, but he was finally able to take legal custody of us. One of the conditions was that I quit school and start making a living by working at this factory.
What a cock and bull story. Mom and Dad were super nice to me. They would never do such a thing. You're delusional, Kyle.
You're not gonna believe me, is that it? After all I've done for you.
Back to what we were talking about earlier. I'm going to invite Mom and Dad to the wedding. And I don't want you there. End of story. The wedding guests are all Brandon's friends and relatives. If you show up, a high school dropout, it'll be a catastrophe. Mom and Dad both finished high school, so no real problem there. It's just so embarrassing to have a high school dropout of a brother attend. You can understand that, right? Also, you don't have to show up when both of our parents meet for the first time, just as folks in mine. Just so you're aware, I told Brandon that my brother may disrupt the wedding because he's so incensed that you're a successful doctor. I warned him to be on the lookout for you.
You would go that far to keep me away, huh? Alright, Cindy. Have it your way. Just don't come crying to me later.
I never want to hear you say we're a family ever again!
Right. That's your desire. I have nothing more to say. As for me, I don't want to be anywhere near those grifters.
Hey, Kyle. What's up, bro? Today's a big day. Finally getting married.
Yeah, right. I forgot all about it. Today was the day. Huh. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks.
What is it? Did you change your mind? You want me there after all?
Don't worry about that. No chance of that happening.
Well, that's a relief.
Come on, Kyle. Don't give me that. I bet you wish you were here.
No, that hasn't changed one bit. But after your rejection, I got to thinking. You're a grown woman now, and Brandon's not some kid. He's a doctor after all. Figured you guys can handle it. You guys can take responsibility for your own actions. No need for me to interfere. You know what? I decided to just think about my future and my own happiness going forward.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But I take it you have zero intention of crashing this wedding. I have your word, right?
Of course, I had no intention of crashing any party.
Well, that's a relief.
You done? I just got off the late shift. I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Nighty-night.
See ya.
Kyle, wake up! You have to help me. Kyle, please pick up! My wedding dress! What am I going to do? I had the dress order made! It's cost in excess of $10,000! They made off with the dress and all the rented jewelry! That necklace used real diamonds! They took everything of value! How could this happen? Please, Kyle! Please respond!
What the hell is this?
Oh, Kyle, finally! Where have you been, for God's sake?
I was sleeping. I told you I just finished my shift. I didn't want to be interrupted, so I turned the phone off.
Your sister is in trouble and you're sleeping? Are you out of your mind?
How was I supposed to know what's happening? Besides, it has nothing to do with me. So, you catch the thieves?
Excuse me?
Wasn't that line message this afternoon about some robbery at the wedding?
Yeah, right. It was a robbery, but it's more than that. It's about... How should I put this?
The hell are you trying to say? Is this some kind of prank?
The people who took the dress and all the jewelry... It was Mom and Dad!
Oh, wait. Back up, would you? You're saying it was those two?
Yeah, Mom and Dad. They came into the dressing room while I was getting ready. They stuffed everything into a big sack and took off.
Well, I definitely saw this coming.
How could my mother and father do this to their own daughter? When I met them, they were super nice. They got all misty-eyed when they saw how happy I was.
I told you that's how they got on your good side. Play to your emotions, the oldest con in the book. They keep this charade up, built your trust, and when the time comes, they pounce. How many times have I warned you, don't ever trust them? When they approach, always be super vigilant.
What's the use of telling me that now? What the hell am I going to do? They stole everything. I have nothing. My wedding is a total disaster.
Does that mean the wedding was canceled?
Not only that, the whole marriage is finished.
What do you mean?
Brandon's parents said they don't want their son marrying someone brought up by thieves. So the whole thing was called off. The wedding, the engagement.
Probably know the answer to this, but here goes. Who's gonna pay for that order-made wedding dress?
Well, that... Brandon paid for the whole wedding.
Did you call the police?
Yeah, Brandon called them right away.
Okay, got it. So everything has been taken care of. I don't see what I can do.
Hold it. What? What do you mean by that? You're my brother! Your little sister is in trouble! And that's your response? And this is something our parents did. You're responsible too!
Hey, Cindy, have you already forgotten what you said?
Huh? Forget what?
You said you never wanted to hear that we are family ever again. You do remember that, right? That means we're not family, not brother and sister. No relation. That's what you wanted and I agreed. I have no obligation to help you, Cindy.
We don't have time to be arguing about this BS!
And what's more, I'm not part of your family anymore.
What are you talking about?
I told you some time back that I was dating the daughter of the factory owner. I married her recently and became a part of her family. I dropped my name and took hers. I'm part of their family now.
Pardon me, you're not...
It means I'm not part of their family. We all live together at her father's place.
I don't understand any of this. This is the first time I'm hearing about this.
Why do I even have to report to you? You're not even family. I have no obligation to you. You're a stranger.
But Kyle, I was...
Now that you know, hope you'll respect my wishes and not contact our family anymore.
Come on, Kyle. Your sister's in trouble. Help me out, would you?
You're the one who said you'd rather have your real parents than a high school dropout factory worker. Remember that? You're the one that ignored my warnings and invited those fraudsters into your life. I warned you 100 times never to trust those scoundrels. You're the one that wanted nothing to do with me. I wasn't in your league, you said. I was an embarrassment.
Please, Kyle, don't be like that.
You got yourself into this mess. Figure it out for yourself. My days of being your brother are over.
Please, Kyle, forgive me.
I'm sorry to say this, Cindy, but you no longer have a brother.
Please, you can't abandon me.
You better cut this short. We're getting ready to leave on holiday with the family. We won't be back for about a week. Goodbye, Cindy. Have a happy life.
Kyle, you can't do this to me!
I was told later that my parents were eventually tracked down by the police. Apparently, they were trying to hawk the jewelry that they stole to a pawn shop downtown. It wasn't long before they were sentenced to prison. As for the wedding dress, that was sold immediately. Seems there was a buyer all set up. That money was long gone. Obviously, the wedding could not continue and it was canceled. And as Cindy said, the marriage itself was terminated. My sister's just an average office worker with an average monthly salary. Highly unlikely that she could pay off the debt that she managed to create. But as she had invited many of her co-workers to the wedding, and who later learned that her parents were the culprits in this heist, she was too ashamed to continue working there. After a couple months, she was forced to resign out of humiliation. Friends told me she's currently working some part-time job downtown, apparently keeping a low profile. A lot has happened over the years, but I decided that what's important is my current family. I plan to focus on my own happiness going forward.
Bella, it's been a long time. It's Mom. Yes? So, I'm the mother that birthed you. Didn't I give you this number? You didn't. What do you want from me? Hey, don't be like that. We're strangers now. Seriously, that kind of attitude isn't cute, is it? You're a girl, so have a little more charm. I'm not going to be charming towards you when you had an affair, then abandoned me and Dad. So why are you texting me again? I said before that I don't want to meet or talk to you anymore. Because your dad's ignoring me. That's why I'm texting you. It's not my fault, right? It's his fault for not replying properly. I bet it was all just nonsense anyway. Dad and I are living happily now, so you should just leave us alone. So cold! I was the one who gave birth to you. Do you realize how painful that was? Can't you be nicer to me? If that's all you have to say, I'll block you. Wait! I want to tell your dad something. Huh? If you don't get a reply, that's your answer, right? We don't need to get involved anymore. You know, I'm really in trouble financially right now. I'm not sure if I can eat tomorrow. So what? Are you asking us to give you money? You're already divorced from Dad. You should ask your affair partner that you married. We separated. That's why I'm asking. So, you better get a job? I can't! I have a kid! What? Her name is Yasmin, and she's your sister. So what? Yasmin is still 7, so it's difficult for me to work right now. If you have a child, that child's father will pay for child support. Oh, I don't think you know, because you're still a kid. Not everyone pays child support just because they divorced. I can't get hold of him after the divorce. I have never received a dime in child support from him since we divorced. I see. But this has nothing to do with me and Dad. This is your problem, Mom. Don't say that! Your sister isn't able to eat. Don't you feel sorry for her? But I've never even met her. I haven't had time to process that I have a little sister. You're her mother, so you should take good care of her. That's your responsibility as a parent. So that's why I need money. You get it, right? When your dad was on that long business trip and I left you on a vacation with my boyfriend, you were crying all the time because you had nothing to eat. Well, that turmoil revealed my affair and caused the divorce. That's why I don't want Yasmin to have to go through the same. That's a given. If you do the same thing, you're really the worst. Hey, you're not doing that, right? You'd better be looking after this Yasmin properly. That depends on if you and your dad help me, Bella. What kind of logic is that? So you should convince your dad to send me the money. When the money is transferred, I'll feed her properly. I'll be in touch again. What? You're so selfish. You really are the worst.
Hi Bella, it's Yasmin. Can you see my messages?
Thanks for the message, Yasmin. You must have been surprised when I suddenly showed up at your home.
Yes, I was, but you knew me. So I thought maybe Mom knows you?
I see. I'm glad you have a smartphone. Did you get it from Mom?
Yes. She got it for me because she sends me what she wants me to do.
Right. I didn't ask you before, but you love Mom, right?
Yes. Because Mommy is my only family.
I guess so. I'm sorry to say something so strange. I'm also sorry I tried to take you away earlier. I'm sure you were scared.
I'm not allowed to leave the house. Sorry.
Is it because it was late? You go to school, right?
No, I don't.
What?
She said I don't have to go.
You don't ever go to school.
I don't. I went there when I was in first grade, but I don't go, not anymore.
Right. What time does Mom come back?
I don't know. She comes back once in a while.
No way.
Are you really my big sister?
That's right. We have different dads, but we're sisters.
I actually have a problem. I need help.
What is it?
I don't have any food at home anymore, and I was told to drink water when I asked Mommy. I was so glad when you brought me some cookies earlier. I was so happy. I was starving.
Right. I'm sorry. I should have taken you back to my home no matter what.
Mom gets angry when I leave the house. I don't want to go out. So I want you to bring me some cookies again. I'm sorry for being greedy.
You're not greedy. I got it. I'll go take you some again. But you must feel lonely being home alone, right?
Yes.
You want to go to school, right?
I want to go.
Then you have to leave that house.
But what about Mommy?
I'll talk to Mom. Can I visit you again now?
Yes. But won't Mommy get angry?
She won't get angry. Even if she does, I'll protect you.
Okay. I was told that I shouldn't talk to adults. But is it okay because you're not an adult, Bella? I won't get told off, right?
Yes, I'm not an adult because I'm still in high school. I'm a child too, and I'm your big sister, so it's fine.
That's great. I'll be waiting for you.
Bella, I haven't heard from your dad. How's it going? Did you tell him? You haven't noticed yet. Noticed what? Yasmin isn't there anymore. I guess you didn't go home for a long time. What? Did you go to my house? Yeah, I went to check it out. When I asked Dad, he knew your address. Did you take Yasmin with you? Of course. How many days have you been away from home? The house was full of garbage. She was crying because she had nothing to eat. It can't be helped, right? Because your dad can't give me money. It's your fault. But thanks anyway. It's so kind of you to take care of Yasmin. I was wondering if I should go see her soon. What? You really haven't changed. What would have happened if I wasn't there? Yasmin was malnourished. But she's safe now, it all worked out. If you like Yasmin so much, you can take care of her. I live in my new boyfriend's house. I didn't tell him that I had a kid, so that's more convenient for me. Whatever. But Yasmin isn't at home right now. What? Where is she then? She's with the CPS. Of course we can't keep her at home when we're not legal guardians. What? You took her to CPS? How dare you? Of course I did. Yasmin might be my half-sister, but you still have custody of her. If my dad says he won't pay, and if I take her without permission, you'll get mad, right? If she's going to live with us, we have to go through the proper channels. Otherwise, Dad and I could become the bad guys. Bring her back right now. It's too late. CPS should be trying to get in touch with you. Why didn't you notice until now? I got a call from a number I didn't know, but I didn't answer because I thought it was debt collectors. Wow, you're even in debt? What a tragedy your life is. I need money to live. Is that money you spend for yourself? If it was actually for Yasmin, I could understand. Hey, what's going to happen to me? CPS warned me back when I left you and went on vacation that one time. You might get arrested this time. You did enough to deserve that, right? It's just... I just left the house for a little bit. And this time I gave her a smartphone so she could get in touch with me. It was so I could deal with any emergencies. Even though she contacted you when she had nothing to eat, you only told her to drink water? And you even got angry when she texted you, telling her to only message you for something important. Is there any point of her having a phone? Oh, it's not as if she died. I tried not to make a mistake like when I got caught because of you, but you did it again. Look what you did to me. I can't believe you. You're so stupid. Don't do something you get in trouble for if you get caught. Don't have a child if you're going to just make them unhappy. My ex said he was going to give me child support, so I agreed to get divorced. It's not my fault. The liar ex who doesn't give child support is the one who's wrong, and it's because you didn't lend me money. I think Yasmin's father is also wrong for not paying child support, but you've got custody. You have a duty to raise Yasmin. You haven't changed how you shift the blame onto others for everything. Hey, I'll give you the child. I don't need custody. So, can you tell the CPS that it's all solved? I'm so happy I'm getting along with my new boyfriend. I don't want to miss this chance. Why do we have to help you live a happy life? You deserve a special place in hell. You did the same thing twice. You don't deserve to be happy. Bella, please. Please, just this once. Help me. Please. No way. No matter how much Yasmin and I wish for it, you didn't come home. There's no way I'll help you. I hope you're quaking in fear. You should taste despair as well.
Bella?
Yasmin! You can use your phone again?
Well, I was told that I can text using called Wi-Fi.
That's good. I'm glad we can talk again. I'm sorry I haven't been able to visit. Is everything all right?
I'm okay. Everyone is kind. But when can I meet Mommy?
You can for now. Mom is busy with work for now.
Okay.
Well, I was talking to Dad. Yasmin, why don't you live with us?
Really? With you and your dad?
Yes. As long as you're okay with it.
I can stay with you, Bella.
That's right.
But won't I be bothering you? Because I'm not in your daddy's family, am I?
If we live together, the three of us will be a family.
Really?
Yup. He wants to live with you too.
Wow, really? I'm so happy. He made me a really nice omelet. I want to eat it again.
I'm sure he'll make it again for you. So just wait a little bit longer.
Okay. Thank you, Bella. I'll be waiting for you. I'll be good.
I already know that you're good, so it's okay. I'll go pick you up. I promise.
Yay! It's a promise!
After that, Mom had her custody of Yasmin suspended after a CPS and police investigation. She will not be Yasmin's guardian for a few years. Yasmin was going to be taken care of in an orphanage or by relatives during that time if we didn't take her in. My dad and I were wondering how we could live with Yasmin. We were looking for all sorts of solutions. We were able to get in touch with Yasmin's biological father. He asked us to take care of Yasmin if it was possible. Her mother was also a selfish person, but Yasmin's father also had the same attitude of doing everything he could to get out of taking care of her. We got mad, but it's because they're such hopeless parents that we could live with Yasmin. It's ironic, isn't it? Mom was temporarily arrested by the police because of what she did to Yasmin, but she wasn't sentenced to prison. However, it seems like all this ruckus in Yasmin's existence was revealed to her latest boyfriend, so he broke up with her. I heard that she's now living a terrible life, being chased for her debt payments. I think Yasmin is starting to sense what's going on because she doesn't talk about her mom these days. We probably should tell her the truth, but we want to wait until she's a little older. I'm honestly surprised by how accepting Dad was of Yasmin. Maybe I'm just young and naive. But for most people, I don't think it'd be easy to take on a child born from your ex-spouse's affair. I thought he'd be critical of me taking action on my own, but if anything, he was proud of me. I'll never forget how he told me that I made the right choice. If I'm honest, saving Yasmin also felt like saving my past self too. So I was really happy when we became Yasmin's legal guardians and could take her in. I hope I can become someone great like Dad, so I need to learn from him. We're still a ragtag family, but I want Yasmin to be glad of her choice to come live with us. I love my little sister, and I'll continue to protect her from harm.